We'll start with the prayers. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Terasvinavaditamastu ma Vittishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are Tatwa Bodha, the first text taught to seekers of Advaita Vedanta. It's like the kindergarten. Going to school, you start with kindergarten. This is the kindergarten textbook. And then slowly as you learn these texts, the knowledge about my own real nature, the knowledge of the creator, the knowledge of the seen, experienced world comes to light. The three texts which are the sources of this knowledge are Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Brahma Sutras. But to understand those texts, you must study Tatva Bodha. If you don't study Tatva Bodha, you cannot understand clearly. You won't get Samyak Jnanam. You will get some Jnanam. Suppose you learn Bhagavad Gita without studying Tatva Bodha, some knowledge. But it will not be a clear knowledge. It will not be a fruitful knowledge, the fruit being moksha. Moksha, as I have said in the last two sessions, means freedom from limitations. I am born is a limitation. I will not be here after a few years is a limitation. I am not able to understand language is a limitation. All these limitations, if you want to cross over, there is only one Shastram. There is only one source of knowledge, and it is a systematic step. Like you go to the kindergarten, then primary school, secondary school, higher school, college, graduation, post-graduation, PhD, and so on. Brahma Sutra is supposed to be the highest. That is the PhD of Vedanta. And Tatva Bodha is the kindergarten. So in between these two lies the entire secret of the universe. Shankaracharya has written this textbook. And when you read these 38 verses in these textbooks, you can understand the state of his mind. How beautiful, what a structured mind he has got. And what a great teacher. Throughout the study of Vedanta, our appreciation for Shankaracharya grows higher and higher. It's more better and better. Because there is nothing we can study in the scriptures without Shankaracharya's bhashya, commentaries. Okay, coming back to this particular text, just a quick summary. Tatva Bodha has got 38 verses divided into 5 topics. We are the first topic from verse number 1 to verse number 13. The first topic is called Sadhana Chatushtayam. What are the four disciplines required by a student to come and understand this Tattva, this Atma? Tattva means Atma. Bodha means knowledge. Knowledge of Atma. But what is this Atma? Is it an object? No. Atma means I, the Jiva, who is present in this body. Body is present in the universe. So indirectly, it means Atma means it is the indweller of this universe. Indweller, content. So in a vessel, you have milk as the content. In a bottle, you may have some other liquids as a content. So similarly, in this body and in this universe, there is something which my eyes cannot see, which my sense organs cannot perceive, which my mind cannot know by itself. That something is revealed to me by the scriptures, by Bhagavad Gita, by the Upanishad, by the study of Brahma Sutra. What are the four disciplines? Very good, easy way to remember is 4D. The first one is discrimination, Viveka. Discrimination between the real Atma, which is Nityaha, which is eternal, not bound by time, and you discriminate that with the body, with the mind, with the world. Discriminate means you try to compare. I am a knowing person. I am an awareful person. I am a sentient person. Awareness is my real nature. Body is there, but body is not doesn't have awareness of its own. It is borrowed awareness by the body. Body borrows the awareness from Atma. A dead body does not have awareness. Awareness is there in the living body. There is something which is different in a stone and this body. What is that difference? That difference is called as Atma. That difference is called as awareness. That difference is called as Chaitanyam, consciousness. So, Viveka means discrimination, first D, between Atma and Anatma, between Nitya Vastu, Anitya Vastu. Temporary objects and permanent Atma. The second is called as dispassion, Vairagyam. You should never forget these 4Ds. Throughout your PhD, till you do your PhD, the 4D should be at the back of your mind. Even at the midnight, if I ask you what is 4Ds, what is the four disciplines you should have? Discrimination, dispassion. Second one. What is mean by dispassion? Dispassion in Sanskrit is called as Vairagya. Vairagya means I'm ready to lose everything in this world and own up Atma. Mentally, physically I can hold everything. I can hold a bank balance, I can hold a house, I can hold everything. But mentally, what do? I drop everything and say, I am Atma. I am not Anatma. Vairagya. Third discipline. That is what we are doing today. That is what we are going to start today. And that is called as discipline. Sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Sadhana, um, what are the disciplines which are required for understanding this knowledge? And the last one is desire, keen desire. It is not simple desire. I want to go and have an ice cream. I want to go and see a movie. These are all simple, small desires. What is that desire which you will keep throughout your life? It is a desire which is always at the back of your mind throughout your life. You are experiencing life, but at the same time, there is a desire to know your real nature, which means a desire in your heart to know who am I? I am not satisfied with the answer, I am the body. I am not satisfied with the answer, I am the mind. Are the things which the whole world thinks that they are. Without the Shastric knowledge, without the scriptural knowledge, everybody in the world will say, I am this body, I was born, I am the mind, which becomes angry sometimes, which becomes passionate sometimes, which becomes emotional sometimes. So everybody will identify with the changing body and the changing mind. What is the problem when you identify with the changing body and mind? The basic problem is insecurity. Everything is changing. Body is changing, mind is changing, world is changing, my bank balance is changing, so many things, my possessions are changing. So many changes are there. If you are caught up in this changing world, you are in samsara. You are eternally in the cycle of birth and death. One body will go, another body. Again, you will identify with the world, with the body, mind, and say that I am doing this action. I'm the actor, and I'm going to get the experiences. The bhog. I'm the karta. Bhokta. Karta means doer. Karta means enjoy. Throughout our life, we do actions. How to get out of this cycle of birth and death? That is the theme, that is the topic of Tatwa Bodha, all the scriptural texts. Even when you learn the Puranas, Mahabharata, when you learn so many things in the scriptures, the ultimate goal is only one. Whether you know it or not, ultimately you're seeking your own true nature, which is not the body. That conviction you will have when you do this type of study. This with this short introduction, I will go to the to where we stopped last week, and Shamada Shatka Sampatti. To remember this, Shama Adi Shatka Sampatti. Sampatti means qualifications, characteristics, features, attributes. Shama Adi. Shama means we'll see what is Shama, mind control. Shatka Sampatti, six qualifications. So we are going to study the fifth verse today, which deals with Shama Adi Shatka Sampatti. What are the six qualifications, inner wealth? We all possess wealth, but then that is material wealth. Material wealth is different than the mental wealth. Talks about the mind's qualities. Let's first listen to Vijaya chanting this verse.
शमादि साधन संपत्तिः का शमादि साधन संपत्तिः का शमोदम उपरति तितिक्षा शमोदम उपरति तितिक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति श्रद्धा समाधानं च इति.
So what are the six disciplines, inner wealth? Shama. Shama means mind control. For anything to achieve in life, we need to control the mind. Suppose your mind is agitated all the time. Even in our normal day-to-day life, you will be just jumping from one situation to another situation to another situation. And to know the source of the mind, what do you need to do? You have to control your mind's thoughts. So Shankaracharya says the first qualification is Shama. The second qualification is Dhamma, sense control. We all have got two instruments. One is Bahya Karanam and another is Antakaranam. We will study all that in the next few verses. Antakaranam means the inner organs. Bahya Karanam means the external organs. So Da is a control of our sense organs which are always going outside. So when the sense organs wants to go on TV, wants to see the WhatsApp, wants to see what's happening in the world, the sense organs are attracted towards the sound, form, taste, smell. These are all the sense or objects of sense organs. What Shankaracharya says, you must control your sense organs, otherwise you don't know Atma. You cannot come to realize your Atma. Uparama. Uparama, uparati. In Sanskrit, it means withdrawal, quietude. You control your mind, sit in quietude. Then only you will know what is Atma. Titiksha. Life is full of surprises. Sometimes the health goes bad. You don't know why you get the cold and cough. You don't know why you get some other problems in your body, in your mind. Shankaracharya says, develop endurance. I will continue my journey, spiritual journey, come what may. Forbearance, patience. That is another great quality. Shraddha. This is the most important quality out of six qualities. Shraddha means faith. Faith on what is declared by the scriptures as the truth. The Upanishad says, you are Atma, you are unborn, Ajaha, you are Chaitanyam, you are Nityaha, you are always there. You're not the body, you're not the mind. This is what the Upanishad wants to teach me. Initially, when I start this journey, I don't understand what is this Atma, what is this Nitya Vastu and all that. But Shankaracharya says, have Shraddha, have faith in the scriptures. It is equivalent to 1,000 mothers. In Kathopanishad, Shankaracharya writes a commentary and says, the Upanishad will not misdirect you. It will not say something which you are not. Suppose a mother, she will do everything good for the child. Upanishad is like 1,000 mothers. It will do immense benefit to you. What do you need? Only one thing Shruti says, have Shraddha in. This is the main reason many people in the Western world, because they take this as only a scientific study without Shraddha. They only try to see the logic and say, yes, it is true, it is not true. They all miserably fail because Shraddha. There is a source of knowledge in this universe. It is not a human knowledge, it is the knowledge belongs to the universe, given to us by the creator of the universe. That is what we should remember. This Atma knowledge about the self is not given by any human being, because then it will have lot of loopholes. Paurusheya Vishaya Shraddha. As we go along the study, you will try to understand the meaning of this word Shraddha. It's a very uh, pregnant word with a lot of depth in it. Samadhanam means focusing power or concentration power of the mind. See, we all have this equipment called the mind. Mind is not me, it is an instrument. Eyes are not me, eyes are an instrument to see the universe. Ears are not me, it is an instrument to hear sound. The car which I use is an instrument. Car is not me. I am the user of the car. I am the user of the mind. I am the user of the body. That I is what Atma. That I is called as Jiva. That I is called as pure consciousness. So, what is the Samadhanam? Samadhanam means like you have a convex lens. Take the sun's rays and you put it through the convex lens and you try to keep a small paper below. The paper will burn. Why? Because you're taking the sunlight, making it concentrated through the medium of the convex lens, and then you can burn the paper. Similarly, take the help of Upanishads. Use your mind as that convex lens, that medium, and then go inside your own mind and discover this Atma. That is Samadhanam, mind control, sense control, withdrawal, forbearance, faith, concentration. 6 inner wealth to discover Atma. Don't forget, all we are doing, all this is only for only one goal. That goal is, who am I? And what is the answer? Who am I? I am Atma. And what is this Atma? Atma is the indweller. It is a resident. It is the one which is occupying this body. What is its nature? Its nature is awareness. It is consciousness. It is sentiency. It is the knowingness. Body cannot know by itself. Mind cannot know by itself unless it is powered by consciousness. Now, These six disciplines we are going to study slightly in detail. We'll take each one of them and we will study. I have given you the gist of it, but now we will study a little bit in detail.
Shamah kaha, shamah kaha, mano nigraha, mano nigraha.
What is the definition of sama? Sama means mano nigraha. Samatva means peace of mind, equipoise of mind, tranquility of mind. What is the meaning of tranquility, equipoise, and all that? Suppose you are in the middle of a market, you cannot have equipoise or peace of mind. Suppose you go to a beach and sit down there and watch the sunset. Your mind will automatically quieten, and that is what is called as the mind. So you have two conditions of mind: agitative mind and peaceful mind. What is the quality required to know Atma? A peaceful mind. That is why the scriptures give a lot of disciplines like chanting, meditation, study of certain scriptures, repeated study of Bhagavad Gita. These are all will make your mind quiet. Quietitude doesn't mean that you will not be active in the world. When you are required to act, you will act. And with full clarity, with full focus. So, mind free from stress and strain is called as Shama. When mind is free from agitations, it is called as a light mind. Otherwise, it is a heavy, burdensome mind, dragging mind. Always your mind is occupied with all the worries. I'm telling you, this happens naturally. It is not that, you can develop this immediately. Our natural state of the mind is agitation mind. It's a natural state. Keep on jumping from one topic, from one corner of the earth to another corner, another corner. I didn't do this, I did this, and somebody did this, and so many things goes on in the mind, non-stop, every day, every week, every year, throughout our life. But how to make this mind quiet? So many brilliant verses are there in the Upanishads, which will tell you how to quieten your mind. Remember, mind is not me, it is an instrument. It is something which as soon as I wake up in the morning, I use the mind to look at the world. Similarly, I use the body to start acting and perceiving the world. By doing this, what happens? I am becoming a karta and a bhog, becoming a doer of action and a enjoyer of the result of action. Every day, this is our autobiography. All just analyze yourself and then you come to your own conclusion. What Tattvabodha teaches me is drop this instrument and own up whatever is the balance. That balance remainder is called as awareness. It is called as consciousness. And that is actually what we are when we are in sleep. But it is not in sleep you'll realize, it is in waking state you will realize that you are the Atma. Uniqueness of a human being is the extraordinary mind which we all have. It is with the same mind we can achieve the material goals, Like money, you have to use your mind. Entertainments, you have to use your mind. So material goals can be achieved, not only material goals, but spiritual goals, which is Atma Jnanam. This mind is called as an inner instrument. Inner instrument. Anta Karanam. Karanam means instrument. Antaha means inner. Compared to this, what is Bahya Karanam? Bahya means outside, external. Karanam means instrument. Karanam means what? Our sense organs. Mind is a inner instrument. Sense organs are external instruments. Why is it called external? Because it can go only in the field of sense objects outside. What about the mind? It is an inner instrument. It can go into your memory. You can think about all the things which you did in your childhood. Going to the past, it can think about your future. After 10 years, I'm going to have this. It is an inner instrument to thought. Damaha, discipline. What is this damaha?
Damah kaha, damah kaha, chakshuradihi, chakshuradihi, bahyendriya nigraha, bahyendriya nigraha.
What are the five external sense organs? The two eyes, the two ears, two nostrils, tongue, skin. We have to intelligently try to control, channelize the sense organs, not suppress them, because suppression will lead to problems. It will explode later. Like the dam. I built a dam to hold the water, to channelize the water and for irrigation. Similarly, I channelize my sense organs, save the sense organs from looking at wrong things in life so that I can focus on the Atma Jnana. Nigraha means control. Suppose I want to listen to the class and my mind and the sense organs are traveling outside and looking outside the window and saying, okay, that is happening. Now my class is gone. So this is called as withdrawal of sense organs. Why does this why does Shankaracharya insist on sense organs? Because they are the gateway for the external experiences. What we are interested is our real nature. The pure I, which is without the sense organs, without the mind, is what is my goal. If I am always that pure I, which is in this body, is always being drawn out by the mind. It is always drawn out by the sense organs. This I will never discover itself. In Kathopanishad, there is something called as a chariot exam, Ratha Kalpana. For those who have done Upanishads with me, will remember that. I am the Jiva, I am the one who is in this body mind. I am going through this journey. Jiva has gone through many, many births in many bodies. But to control and understand the Jiva, you need Tamaha. Third qualification.
Uparamah kaha, uparamah कः स्वधर्मानुष्ठानमेव स्वधर्मानुष्ठानमेव
Swadharma Anushtanam. Swadharma. Uparama means Swadharma Anushtanam. Swa means self. Dharma means the duty which is given to this body-mind complex. Anushtana. Observance of the duty which is for which the body is born. All of us have got a duty. This body goes through life to perform duty in life, duty to the self and duty to others. This is the Shastric view of our birth and death. So, Shama, we have understood, claiming a non-disturbed mind, it is a remedy for disturbances. Uparama is not allowing further disturbances to. It's a preventive medicine. You control the mind by yourself. But you, in order to have that control of the mind continuously in life, you need uparama. You need another qualification, which is called as swadharma anushtana. Our actions can be divided into 5 areas. Karma. Karma means action. This is the Vedic society in which this type of structure of actions, activities are described in the scriptures. What are the 5 activities in the Vedic times the human beings perform? Number 1, Nitya Naimitya Karma. Nitya Karma means like doing daily, go and light up a lamp. Naimitya Karma means special occasions. Kamya Karma means I need to do certain activities to gain material goals. Kamya means I want something in life. Therefore, I do all these activities like going to work. That is for Kamya. Kamya means for what I desire to get. What I desire, I need to put actions. The 4th type is called as Prayaschitta. This is known only to Indians who have gone through the cultural way of living in India. Prayaschitta means Veda says, suppose you are having some problems in life. Some problems you are having continuously, some problem keeps on coming. What do you mean by problems in life? Your mind is always engaged in some worry. To nullify this, the Veda says you do the prashchitta karma. Prashchitta means to nullification, to nullify your past actions, which is troubling you. You do some, you go and give a donation. You go and visit some, go for pilgrimage. These are all some of the prashchitta. Or you do puja for 8 weeks. Prayaschitta, neutralizing behavior, past behavior. Nishiddha karma means not to do actions which will be harmful to others. Don't smoke, don't drink. These are all small things which the scriptures suggest. Now, uparama means gradually you increase nitya and naimitya karma, which is called as swadharma, and try to reduce the other 3 karmas, kamya, prashchitta, nishidha. All these 3 karmas you slowly reduce. Not that tomorrow immediately you don't stop doing all those. No. What Upanishad, what Shankaracharya says, slowly, slowly reduce this. You tilt the balance of the good activities with the bad activities. Studying scriptures is one of the best ways to develop the Uparam. Titiksha, next one.
तितिक्षाः का तितिक्षा का शीतोष्ण शीतोष्ण सुखदुःखादि सुखदुःखादि सहिष्णुत्वं सहिष्णुत्वम्
Endurance of heat, cold at the body level, pleasure, pain at the mind level, ignorance, knowledge at the intellect level. Forbearance. We have to bear, endure. Bhagavad Gita says, endure all the things which you are going to face in life. If you cannot cure, if I can't do anything about certain problems in life, like having cancer, I can't do anything about it. Just tell yourself, I am able to endure because I am the Atma. Atma has got nothing to do with all this. That is what Upanishad teaches me. Wherever you may be in Japan, you may be in China, you may be in Africa. This knowledge is so universal. Titiksha means is one of the most beautiful qualities a seeker will develop as he walks the path of spirituality. Not everybody will come here. Very, very few people will get this because of the knowledge which the scriptures will give. Automatically, when you start understanding the nature of Atma, you will develop this titiksha. It is a quality which you will develop in the spiritual field. Tolerating the pain in the body is titiksha. Normally, what do? We try to replace, we try to transfer the pain, we try to explode, we try to suppress. These are all psychological ways of dealing with pain in life. I criticize God and say that God has given me all this pain. What do? This is a psychological way of shifting the pain and trying to say someone else is responsible. But what a seeker will know who is in the seeking, who seeks Atma, he will say, Bhagwan, Lord has given me the capacity to withstand pain, which is called as the Diksha. God has given me the capacity. God has given me the problem, but He has also given me the capacity to bear it. If I'm short tempered, I will explode. But Veda teaches you everybody is born with this endurance capacity. Only you have to discover it. How to discover it? By knowing I am not this pain, I am someone other than the pain. We call it the threshold. Crossing the threshold is not understand I am not the pain, I am the Atma behind the pain. Sahishnutvam means forbearance. It can be at the physical level and it can be at mental level. It is called endurance if it is at physical level. It is called as patience if it is at mental level. So, physical capacity to face the ups and downs in life, heat and cold, shitoshna, sukhadek, dukhadi, shita, ushna, and heat and sukha and dukha belongs to the emotional being. Somebody else's somebody else's behavior. This is a very common problem for all of us. The comes and sits inside my mind until without my permission. I don't know how to get rid of that pain. She did this to me, she did this to me, and he did this to me. I said this, all that goes on and on and on. That is called as okay. When the mind has these problems, you say, yes, mind has a problem, but not me. Mind is an instrument which has been given to me by the Lord for a certain amount of time. It will go away, and then that is what is life. Greater sensitivity means greater tolerance in life. Next qualification, number 5, Shraddha.
श्रद्धा कीदृशी श्रद्धा कीदृशी गुरुवेदान्तवाक्यादिषु गुरुवेदान्तवाक्यादिषु विश्वासः श्रद्धा विश्वासः श्रद्धा
Guru Vedanta Vakyedishu Vishwasaha Shraddha. Guru and Veda. Whatever Guru is teaching, I have Shraddha, faith. Whatever this, what will the Guru teach? Guru will only teach what is the scriptures. If he's teaching you anything other than scriptures, don't go to that Guru. Gu means darkness. Ru means remover. Guru. Emotional problems will be there. But who removes those emotional problems? That is Guru. What is the bacteria which we all are born with? It is called as self-ignorance. Mula Vidya. So faith in the Guru, like I said, faith in the scriptures. Scriptures are like 1,000 mothers. Don't forget this. This is Shankaracharya's words in Kathopanishad. For he says, Shastra will never mislead you. When it says you are Atma, many of us think the other way. They say maybe something is wrong, maybe these are all very old scriptures. How will they know who am I and all that? But these are scriptures which have been with us for 5,000, more than 5,000 years. Throughout, it is there in this creation, in this Srishti, in the next Srishti is also it's there. That is what the Veda says. Sanatana Dharma. Second chapter of Bhagavad Gita has this beautiful verse from where from which the teaching of Bhagavad Gita starts. Till the second chapter, 11th verse, it is only history. It is only telling you what happened in the battlefield and what happened to Arjuna, Kauravas, and so on. But the first verse, which Bhagavan utters, Ashochananyashocaswan pragya vadamsha bhashase gatasuna gatasumsha nanushocanti panditaha. You are grieving over something which wise people will not grieve. You are a wise man. So all the emotional problems which we have, they are all nothing but a play of the mind in this world. It is given to us. I'm not responsible for those. It is coming and going. Yesterday you had some problems in mental mind problem. Today or you have something different. Tomorrow you will have something. But this is mind, not me. So Guru is the doctor who teaches and tells us take the medicine of Vedanta, antidote for the bacteria called as samsara is Vedanta. That is the tablet we have to take. Next one.
समाधानं किम् समाधानं किम् चित्तैकाग्रता चित्तैकाग्रता
Samadhana. Samadhana means chitta ekagrata, single pointedness of the mind. Remember the example which I gave you, sun rays going through convex lens, burning the paper. My attention span needs to increase. Normally, our attention span is very limited, like a baby. It is, if you look at a baby, his attention span will be very, very little. Suddenly it will jump to something. Suddenly it will go to something. We are also not different. We are also jumping again and again. What Vedanta says is develop the attention span of your mind. Attention span means I can focus on the talk for 60 minutes. Whatever the teacher is telling me, I can pick up. That is what is called as a uh, in the Shastra, it is called as like a campus burning. Similarly, your mind gets and absorbs the knowledge. That is what is called as a focused mind. I should know the goal, which is Atma, clear knowledge of who I am, and I should also know what is my short-term goal and long-term. Short-term goal is study the scriptures. Long-term goal is abide. Short-term goal may be earn the money, get security of wealth, develop some money, keep some savings, have something for have look after your needs. All that requires chitta ekagrata. This quality is extremely important even in our day-to-day goals. So we have studied the 6 disciplines which we have to develop as a inner wealth. Next, we are going to study desire. We have finished discrimination. We have finished the Vairagya, dispassion. We have finished the 6 disciplines. The last D is desire. Desire is called as Mumukshutvam in Sanskrit.
मुमुक्षुत्वं किम् मुमुक्षुत्वं किम् मोक्षो मे भूयात् इति इच्छा मोक्षो मे भूयात् इति इच्छा
Mumukshutva means desire for liberation, desire for moksha, desire to come out of limitations of birth and death. How do I get this? By self knowledge, by Brahma Vidya or Atma Vidya. What are the 3 steps required? I get the qualifications first, which is these 4 Ds. Then I get the knowledge through Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana. Shravanam means listening to the scriptures, Mananam means reflecting on the scriptures, and Nididhyasana means dropping my habits of taking body as me, mind as me. For which you need to sit down in meditation and say, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the Atma. That is what is called as Nididhyasana. So, first is qualifications, second is knowledge, third is moksha. After knowledge, what is the knowledge which the scriptures gives me? You are nitya mukta. You are always free. You are having a misconception in your mind that I am attached to this body. That every day I will wake up and I become a waker. I am not the waker. Upanishad says you are not the waker, dreamer, sleeper, Mandukya. You are the Turiya Atma. You are the Atma on which this whole thing is dancing. Waker, dreamer, sleeper, waker, dreamer, sleeper. Activities will come, activities will go. But the ground on which all this is happening is Atma. It is your own self. It is consciousness. It is awareness. Own that awareness which has never been born. It is a misconception in the mind of a jiva. So the fivefold benefits which I talked to you when I gave you the introduction of Tattvabodha, I will repeat again the fivefold benefits of Atma Jnanam, fivefold benefits of getting this freedom called moksha. Number one, jijnasa nivritti. All my inquiries about the world will drop. The moment I understand I am Atma, there is no more inquiry. I'm satisfied with Tatwa Bodha itself. Forget about Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and all that. I know the study of Tatva Bodha itself gives me knowledge. I am the Atma. I am the content of the universe itself, content of the body-mind complex. Ananda Prapti. I am got the Ananda, happiness born out of, not from the contact with the sense organs and sense objects. It is my real Ananda, which is my intrinsic Ananda. Intrinsic Ananda means what? Suppose you go to sleep and you get up in the morning. Where did that Ananda, happiness in sleep come from? It is your own nature. Karpanya Rivarti. No more narrow-mindedness in life. Oh, I want this, I don't want this, I have this limitation, that limitation. I will be happy only if I get narrow-mindedness will be gone. Agata Nivarti Dakshata Praprati means Agata Nivarti means I develop the absorption capacity. Titiksha. So freedom from slavery of people, things, situations is moksha. How do I get this moksha? Through the knowledge of Atma. So the three steps are get the qualification, do listening to the scriptures, and understand I am ever free. So this verse summarizes the four qualifications, the four Ds. Seventh verse. Totally 38 verses are there. They are in the seventh.
एतत् साधनचतुष्टयम् ततः तत्त्वविवेकस्य अधिकारिणो अधिकारिणो भवन्ति भवन्ति
Etat sadhana chatushtayam. This is called as sadhana chatushtayam. It's a summary. See what a great teacher he is. See the structure of Tattvabodha is so beautiful. It gives us a clear knowledge of the path of spiritual journey. 4Ds: discrimination, Viveka; dispassion, Vairagyam; discipline, sadhana chatushtayam; shamada shatka sampatti; and desire, Mumukshutva. The four qualifications are the four conditions in which the self knowledge is born. If I don't have these four qualifications, I am ineligible. Bhagavad Gita is the only method to acquire sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. When you do the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, you will come across Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga is meant for sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, acquirement of chatushtaya sampatti, which means these four qualifications. How does the Bhagavad Gita teach us this Karma Yoga? What does it say is in the Karma Yoga? In Karma Yoga, three things are involved. Karmani gunaha bhavana. Noble actions are involved. Gunaha, truthfulness, virtues, values are involved. Bhavana, attitudes, right attitude, reverential attitude towards everything in the world. Because creation is a friend of mine, creation is there. Through this creation only, I have to understand the truth of creation. Everything in the universe is sacred. And learning from the Guru is the most virtuous thing you can do. So, Veda Purva Bhaga gives me the qualifications, eligibility. Veda Anta Bhaga, Veda Purva means Karma Kanda, all the rituals which you have to do. 26 samskaras are there. Veda Anta gives me Jnana Yogyata, how to get this knowledge. So Veda Purva Bhaga, Veda Anta Bhaga together constitute Moksha. It is one Shastra. It has got two aspects. You do first Veda Purvam and then you come to Veda Anta. It is not Dvaya Shastram. It is one Veda Shastram which leads to. Now, next is the second chapter. We have finished the first chapter. The second chapter deals with Tatwa Viveka, inquiry into the truth. What is this truth you are talking about?
तत्त्वविवेकः कः तत्त्वविवेकः कः आत्मा सत्यम् आत्मा सत्यम् तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्येति तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्येति.
This is a very important verse. What is the inquiry of the truth? Tattva Viveka Kaha. Tattva means Atma. What is this inquiry about Atma? Inquiry about Atma is an inquiry about what is Satyam and what is Mithya. What is the meaning of Satyam? Satyam means which exists all the time. 3 periods of time. In waking it is there, dream it is there, sleep it is there. This Atma consciousness, awareness is there in all three. But Anatma is not there in all three. In the waking state, I'm experiencing some world. In the deep state, another world is there. Anatma body is not there. This body which I'm experiencing in the waking state is not there in the dream state and the sleep state. There, whatever is not there, that is called as mithya. Whatever is there continuously, invariably, unchangeably is called as satyam. This is a sutra vakyam, sankshepa vakyam. It's like the headlines in news. You know, when you listen to a news for 10 minutes, the news reader will say these are the top three headlines. So Satyam and Mithya, understanding this in this world is Tatva Viveka. Atma is not visible to the eyes or ears or the mind. It is not available to be known by our instruments. What the instrument sees is only the body which is mortal. Atma is immortal. It is something which is always there. Consciousness is immortal. Awareness is immortal. Tatwa Bodha tells me I am this awareness. Awareness is always there. It is there in the past. As a child, I was aware of the world. Today, I am aware of the world. Tomorrow also, I am aware of the world. That awareness is what Upanishad is trying to reveal to me. So, Satyam and Mithya. Just keep these two words in your mind. For all the beginners who are here learning Tattvabodha first time, you never studied Bhagavad Gita, you never studied Upanishad, for them, what I suggest is just keep these two words. Satyam and Mithya will come in all the scriptures. In Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, these two words will give you the ultimate success in spiritual journey. What do you mean by mithya? Mithya means, for example, you're using a word desk. Desk is name and form. But what is the substance? What is the reality? It is wood. Wood alone is the substance. Gold alone is the substance. Chain, ring, bangle, it is a name and form. So a name and form given to a substance is mithya. It is not the substance. It is not the reality. What the Upanishads and the Gita tells is the whole world is like name and form. In Vedantic Upanishad, it is world is equal to name, form, and function. That's all. That is what is called as world. Very simple definition. Who am I? I am a person. I am Shivaha. I am Raju. I am Shanta. I am so and so. It is a name. I have a form. Name and form is very easy. Function means I'm a doctor. I'm a nurse. I'm a father, mother. All these are all names of the activities which I do or roles which I play. Beyond three, is there anything? Is the question which Nachiketa wanted to know. It's the question which all of us want to know. And that is called as awareness. That is what is called as consciousness. Satyam. Consciousness is Satyam. Name, form, and function is Mithya. Name depends on Satyam. Without Satyam Atma, there is no world at all. World depends on this consciousness. Consciousness does not depend on the body, mind, and the world. This is a very big statement I'm making. You will understand this as we go on. So, definition of Satyam is with reference to ornaments, gold is Satyam. With reference to the furniture, wood is the Satyam. With reference to the whole world, with reference to the body, mind, what is Satyam? Satyam is Atma. नासतो विद्यते भावः न भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तस् that which a wise man alone sees, that is the substance of the world. What is the substance? What is the reality? The reality is the truth. And what is the truth? It is seen by the knowers of the truth, seen by the wise people who have studied the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. And what do they realize? They realize this Anatma body, mind, and the world has no being. There is no basis. Being for being, fairness, consciousness, existence. That is what called as a being. I am a human being. When you say I am a human being, you are saying I am in a human form. But my being is what? I am consciousness. So the one who knows this Atma as Satyam and Anyat Sarvam Mithya. That Anyat Sarvam means what? Anything other than Atma, which is called as Anatma, is Mithya. Mithya is a technical term used in Veda. It is not accepted by many other philosophers. What is the meaning of Mithya? Non-substantial Namarupa having no independent existence is called as Mithya. Very important word in Vedanta. Very important. Anatma is Mithya. Atma is Satyam. Mithya means it is available for experience. My body, mind, and the world is available for experience. It is not non existence, it is seemingly existent. But can it have a independent existence? Veda says it doesn't have an independence. But you will say that when I am sleeping, the world is there for others. But what Veda is saying is, who are you? You are the consciousness. Now you are only trying to understand who am I. That I is what is called as Atma. So that I is Atma. Anything other than that I is called as Mithya. Atma is immortal, invisible, inner essence of every human being, every living thing in the universe, every object in the universe, the self of the objects, the self of a human being is Atma. Taittiriya Upanishad has got one beautiful mantra, and that is repeated in Kathopanishad also in a different form. I'll just take 2 minutes just to explain that. What is the Tatva Bodha teaching me? There is only one self in this universe. The self behind this body is called as Jiva Atma. The self behind the world is called as Para Atma. Param Atma. Upanishad says the self, Taittiriya Upanishad, the self behind this body, the jiva, and the self behind Surya, sa yaschayam purushe, savaditye, sa ekaha. The self behind the sun represents the entire universe. The sunlight pervades the entire universe. So sun represents the Mahatma. That means it represents the it represents the total self. The self behind this body is the jiva. So it says, Taittiriya Upanishad says there is oneness between the self of this body, which is the Atma, the pure light of consciousness. The Surya also has the Atma. That Atma is called as Paramatma, but the nature of that Atma and the nature of the body is Atma is one and the same. It is called as Aikya, oneness between me and the totality. I'm giving you the highest knowledge of Upanishad, which is called as Mahavakyanyanam, just a sample. That Atma, which is Eka Atma, is your nature. Satyam, with reference to furniture, is the wood. With reference to ornament, is the gold. With reference to the wave, is the water. With reference to pot, the Satyam is clay. With reference to the world, with reference to your body, mind, the Satyam is Atma, which is defined as consciousness, awareness. So, Mithya is non-substantial name and form, NNF, short form of Mithya. So individual body is a mixture of Atma and Anatma. The world is a mixture of Atma and Anatma. I have to learn to segregate the Atma portion, the pure awareness, consciousness, and claim that as my Swarupam, as my real nature. And whatever the world I'm leaving behind is called as Anatma. The next verse is the most important verse in the entire 38 verses of Tattvabodha. In all 30 verses, this is the verse which you should remember and try to learn it by heart. All of us should know this. I will be using this definition throughout. People who have studied with me for 12, 13 years, they will know that importance of this verse. There are many in this group who have done that. Let me just try to, I have another 10 minutes. Let me try to finish this, not finish this, just introduce, because this is a very important verse. I will start with this week and then continue next week.
Atma kaha, Atma kaha, Stula Sukshma Karana Sharirat, Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharirat, Vyatiriktaha, Vyatiriktaha, Panchakosha Sthita San, Panchakoshatita san, avasthatraya sakshi, avasthatraya sakshi, Satchidananda swarupaha, Satchidananda swarupaha, san, san, Yastisthati sa atma, Yastisthati स आत्मा.
So, what is Atma and what is Anatma? This question is the crux of the entire spiritual study. This is exactly one verse. Whenever you study Bhagavad Gita, whenever you study Upanishads, whenever you study Brahma Sutra, you must remember this particular verse. Because this verse teaches me how I can segregate, separate the Atma from Anatma. Atma is said to be of the nature of Sat, Chit, Anand. The second part of the mantra. Sachidananda Rupaha. So this is the final definition of Atma. It comes in Taittiriya Upanishad. But Shankaracharya takes it here and defines Atma as, we have to study all this in detail. The whole Upanishad is now, whole Tatva Bodha is going to be based on this mantra. So, what are the three components of Anatma, which is not me? Number one, Sharira Trayam, the three bodies, gross body, Sthula Sharir, subtle body, Sukshma Sharir, causal body, Karana Sharir. Many people will know what is gross body, is subtle body, but you will not know causal body unless until you come to the Veda. That is the first definition of Anatma. Second definition is Kosha Panchakam. The five sheets or coverings of a human personality. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. These are five. We'll discuss all that. But I'm just giving you, this is the bird's eye view of the entire text of Tattvabodha. Avasatraya Sakshi, the witness of the three states of experiences through the mind equipment: waking state, dream state, sleep state. So, Atma is different than Anatma. Anatma means 3 plus 5 plus 3. 3 sharirams, 5 koshas, and 3 avastha. So the 11 components of Anatma are different than Atma. Vyatirikta. Vyatirikta means what? Different. So these are the 5 koshas which I described to you. Annamaya, Pranamaya. We'll go into these details. These are just the names. Avastha Taraya means Jagrat, waking, Swapna, dream, Sushupti, sleep. And what is Atma? Transcending these states of experience, the 3 bodies and the 5 koshas, is Atma. What is the nature of that Atma? It is a witness. It does not participate in any of these 11 components. It is not a direct participant. It is only an observer, seer, knower. And that separation, if I'm able to do, then the Upanishad says that Atma is Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat means what? Pure existence. without the body, without the five koshas, without the three avasthas. And then chit. Chit means it is consciousness which is witness to your mind. All of us, we know that I have a mind and it is turbulent, it is peaceful, it is tranquil, it is plays a lot of games. It gives me all the delusions in life. That something which is there in this body is called as consciousness or awareness. Once you have known this, then you are ready for meditation. If you don't know the ninth verse, you can never meditate in life. You will do all sorts of things, but it is not meditation. It is relaxation. It is other things. Just pure imaginations. But to know and abide in Atma, you have to say to yourself, I am this Atma which is vilakshanaha. It is atitaha. It is not the components, 11 components which we talked about. All the 11 components are mithya. They are only appearances. They come and go like the rope snake. The rope snake is an appearance on rope. But here, what is the rope? Atma. Next week, I'm going to start with the 10th verse, which is uh, the definition of sthula sharira. You see, systematically, Shankaracharya talks about 10th verse talks about gross body. 11th verse will talk about subtle body. 12th verse will talk about causal body, which only Vedanta will teach. So next week, important, try to attend because these are the stepping stones on which you will build all your knowledge. If your base is good, then very good. Then you will pick up the knowledge very fast. Atma, Anatma, Satyam, Mithya, very clear to me. I am ready now. By just knowing Tatva Bodha itself, I've got so much of clarity in life. So I'll stop here and then we'll continue. We'll close today's talk with this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachare Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyade Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Shanmugam will unmute all of us and we'll see if there are any questions. A few questions are there in the chat box. I will go through that first. In the meantime, if you have any questions, keep it ready. You can just raise your hand and you can ask the questions directly. First question, Hanuman. He's saying where to purchase books for Puranas, Upanishads, and Vedas. Okay. Most of the texts which I am covering, I will be giving you notes. So the notes which I give you are good enough for understanding the talk. If you want to get additional information on the same text, or like you are saying, Upanishads, Vedas, Puranas, there are three main places where you can collect. If you speak Hindi and you understand Hindi, the best place to buy books in Hindi on Upanishads and Vedas is Gita Press. Okay, Gita Press has got in Hindi all the entire Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. It has got in all the 10 Upanishads. It has got the Shankaracharya's Bhashyams in Hindi. Gita Press. Okay, number one. Number two, there are many books available in English. For those who don't understand Hindi, they can go to the Chinmaya mission. They have covered the length and breadth of all Hindu scriptures. You can get Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, all texts are available in Chinmaya Mission website. There is a third website, Arsha Vidya, that is from Coimbatore. They also have got texts on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads. These are the main websites where you can go. If you're not able to find them, you can write to me. I can just send you the site details. For Tatva Bodha also, Chinmaya Mission has got a book on Tatva Bodha. Follow that. Similar notes you will find it. Chinmaya Mission. You go to the website of Chinmaya Mission and can order from the website. Similarly, in Asha Vidya School also, they also have got a book on Tatva Bodha. So you can get from these two websites the texts. Puranas Gita Press is good. You can Google find out so many things are available, but nowadays people read a lot on the internet. Uh, but there are a few students, serious students will go to a book and read a book. And for example, my Bhashya classes, there is a Gita Press commentary on Upanishads. So I follow that commentary completely. If you are specifically interested in anything, you can write to me. I can try to help you. Okay. So Hanuman, are you clear? Thank you. Next is Manikandan. Okay. Now he always has a great Vedantic question. To say rope is Adhisthana and snake is Adhyasa, someone has to see both together. Same way, someone has to see Brahman and Word. No, 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 no. Don't say someone has to see Brahman and Word. You should say, I am the Brahman and I am seeing the Word. Though, if the moment you see someone, it means you're not Brahman. You're not consciousness. You're not, you're not what you, Upanishad is teaching you that you are. Brahma Satyam Jagan Nitya, can we say Shruti is one which sees Brahman and Jiva together and telling to Jiva that you are Mithya? Jiva's mind is clear, can trust Shruti and understand. Okay. Yeah, Manikandan is like this. All of us, when we come to the scriptural study, uh, we all start with I am the body. Nobody comes to the scriptures to say with thinking that I am Atma. Nobody. So when we start the study, the scriptures teaches us from our level first. That is why these three bodies, panchakotas, and these three avasthas are all taken up. As a jiva, I am experiencing all these things. I'm experiencing three bodies, I'm experiencing three avasthas. So the what the Upanishad does is it is correcting the mistake of the indweller in the body. I'm not the body. I am someone who is a resident in this body. Like you are in a house. You are not the house. You are a resident of a house. Resident is different than the house. So, Upanishad is telling the resident that resident is called what? Jivatma. That resident is making a mistake. What mistake is making? Mistake he's making is he's connecting his identity with the body. Mistake we are all making from the spiritual side. See, in our Vyavaharika life, we are not talking about our Vyavaharika, our transactional life. Transactional life, we are the body, we have to live with the body, and we have to interact as a body. What Upanishad is telling me is my spiritual side, which is different than the body. So, to the resident jiva who thinks that he is the body, Upanishad is correcting that mistake. Tattvabodha is correcting that mistake. How it corrects the mistake? It tells the person, the resident, say that, okay, you are the resident, fine. You are experiencing the world, that is also fine. Experience is also taken. But tell me, is this experience permanent or is it temporary? The question the Upanishad is asking whom? That indweller, that reflected consciousness. Reflected consciousness does not know consciousness, which is total, which is outside the body. The mirror has got a reflected face. That reflected face in the mirror has to be told that you are not the reflected face, but you are the original face, which is never seen. Reflected face is seen. Whenever the mirror is there, I can see the reflected. But the original face, can you see there? No. It is only a reflection. So I am the the jivatva is mithya. I am a daughter, I am a sister, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm playing this role, I'm fighting a war, I'm doing this. All these are all roles. What Upanishad says is all this is mithya. This is anatma. Own up your Atma. Own up your Atma means it is never changing. I'm going to define all that in the next class. When I'm taking this Atma definition, I'm going to give you 5 features which you all know. I mean, most of this who are attending my classes, they know. Bhautikatvam, Drishyatvam, all that I'm going to take up next week. So, Upanishad is teaching me that I am not this house, the body, male body, female body, these are only houses. So this mithya has to be dropped. And what do I claim? I am the pure Atma. I am not involved in any of the transaction. I am avyavahara. Avyavaharya means I am not in the transactions. Transactions are happening. Every day, tomorrow morning also, I'll see some transactions of the body and mind. But don't connect your real nature with the body. That is all the Upanishad is teaching. Upanishad and the Tattvabodha is telling you, all of us, that this body mind experience will continue, but don't take it as your intrinsic nature. It is not your, it is not which is born. Body is born, mind is born. So the Shruti is teaching that indweller. Again and again, I'm using the word indweller so that you know that indweller consciousness is only a seeming indweller. In my sleep state, what happens to this indweller? Indweller merges with the original consciousness. Individuality is dropped in sleep. Nobody has any individuality in sleep state. All of us are the same one Atma. That Atma is the same self of the entire universe. I gave you the example of Surya. Brilliant example for Aikyam to know, understand the real Mahavakyam, which is described in these scriptures, to know my nature, that beautiful example. See, what you should understand is the world is experience. The world has got something behind it. Like the body, mind has got something behind which can't be seen by the eyes. Our sense organs will never know this Atma. You come to Tatva Bodha and learn the ninth verse, which tells me the definition of my real nature. That is you have to hold on. That is why I say that revision of Tattva Bodha, even after you have done Bhagavad Gita and you have done Upanishads, revision of Tattva Bodha of 38 verses is very, very important. It will it will help you to assimilate all the knowledge which you have picked up. Manikandan, am I clear?
Yes, yes, Secretary. Thank you very much. Why I ask this question is to develop the Shraddha and the Shruti.
Yes.
You know, as a Mithya, when I am like a snake, snake cannot understand that I am the rope because somebody has to see both the snake and rope together to tell that okay, they both together means they have the knowledge of both snake and rope, and tell to the snake that you are Mithya, like you mentioned that I am the indweller of this body. Somebody has to tell that you are Mithya. So the Shruti is the one which gives the knowledge to the jiva that you are a Mithya. So from that standpoint, I was telling that do this will help us to build more Shraddha and Shruti and the Guru once we realize that that we are Mithya.
Good.
So
Very good. Brilliant.
from that angle, I was telling that somebody has to see both together.
Yes, you're perfectly right. The Shruti is addressing the rope snake. Rope snake means ahamkara in this body. The eye, it is not the pure eye. In this body, there are two eyes. One is the pure eye, which is Atma. Another eye is the aham. I am the panchakoshas. I am the three sharirams. I am the three avasthas. That is the ahamkara eye. So the Shruti is addressing the ahamkara eye, the second bird. Mundaka Upanishad talks of two birds. The second bird, which is always engaged in the world, ahamkara eye, the Shruti is teaching the ahamkara eye, stop seeing the world, see your real nature, which is Atma, which is the higher self, which is your Atma, which is your Ekatma. Good. I'm glad you have you put it very well. Your understanding is perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shama, go ahead. Yeah, Hanuman, you can go ahead. Shama is not around.
Yeah. Namaste, Guruji.
Yeah.
I'm there just to say. I'll wait for Hanuman first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So, see, you have given a very good lecture on this awareness. I mean, removing this ignorance, like what is the tattva, how actually we have to see and all. But how we will be implementing in the real life. See, from the day we wake up, from the time we wake up till go to sleep, we will be engaging in many things. And every time we have to interpret and say that, hey, this is not me I am doing, this is what, how I can say, other Atma is doing, or it is done through me, it is not done through me, or it is done through the God, whatever the actions I am performing, how we have to interpret and have that awareness come into picture to avoid all these external uh, external med- external external
Yeah,
body.
I've understood your question. Good. There are, as you learn, there are steps involved. You will not be able to completely disengage from the world the moment you learn Atma. Suppose you learn today's Atma's definition, tomorrow onwards, you cannot say that I am the Atma. It is not possible. There are steps involved in this learning process because this knowledge, first you hear, then you have to reflect on it, and then it becomes it has to go into your subconscious mind. Now, that takes a few years. For the knowledge in Tatva Bodha, you'll get the knowledge. But for it to sink into your subconscious, you see, we are all having two minds. One is a conscious mind, which is engaged in the world all the time. I perceive, I am acting. I perceive, I'm listening to music, I'm listening. This is all conscious mind. Beyond the conscious mind, there is a subconscious mind. And beyond the subconscious mind is the Karana Sharira. Karana Sharira. We'll learn all that in the coming weeks. To answer your question, it is a step-by-step knowledge. The knowledge it takes time for the knowledge to sink in. When the knowledge sinks in, you will conduct your life very smoothly. Life will go on. But at the back of your mind, you don't remember every day, the body is acting. No, 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 no. It doesn't happen. What happens is, in the later stages of teaching, the scripture will teach you, and what it will teach you, a very important lesson. And that lesson is, you are nimittam in this world. Body, mind is a nimittam. It is an instrument of God. Now, you say that I am an instrument of God. That's all. I'm the God has put me in this situation. I'm doing this duty. I'm a father, mother, sister. That's all. The life will go on. You are only a nimitta matram. In Bhagavad Gita, in the 11th chapter, this word comes in. And it's a very beautiful word of life. One of the best words of the Bhagavad Gita is
Voice is breaking. Not able to hear so much. I'm not able to hear. I think. Is it for me alone?
No, we cannot hear Secretary, your voice.
Just a minute.
We can.
Now we can.
Now you can hear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. I think there was some connection problem. So what I was saying is, so the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita tells me there are two things which I want to point out to you. First is I told you it is a slow process where the knowledge has to go to your subconscious mind. The second and the third is that you tell yourself, I am only a nimittam. I am only an instrument. See, this body is nothing but 5 elements, panchabhutas. Body is only 5 elements, but the indweller, I am the conscious being. Conscious being is the truth. And that consciousness is never going away from you. Always it is there. So the second lesson which you should try to practice is, I am just an instrument of some high power. The third lesson which you will learn in due course time is that this world is mithya means you falsify the world. Falsification of the world means let the world continue exactly like your dream world. Dream world will come and go. Similarly, the waking world will come and go. So in your mind, you don't have to put too much of effort and keep on remembering and all that. The lesson you learn is I am the pure Atma. World is mithya. World will come and go. My experiences will come and go. In spite of the experiences, I will claim I am the pure self. The more the mind is able to think, I am the pure self, I am the pure self, the mind will pick up that, and it will, after some time, it will say, that is the truth. Today, you're saying this body is the truth, world is the truth. After some time, when you have learned the Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, your own mind will say, Atma, the pure consciousness, is the truth. When that happens, that is called as moksha. It can happen in 2 years, it can happen in 10 years, it can happen any time in life. But you be on the journey, you be on the learning mode. Keep learning the scriptures. That's all. Good. Shama, go ahead.
Hari Om Shikhaji, and just to say to Hanuman and a lot of newcomers that you just have a persistence, stay with Shekharji, and I can tell you as to how I've been most horrible in terms of how many times I've joined, how many times I've left, and because it's really our ego. And so, it's quite fascinating in terms of our own life's journey. It's where you start as an infant child and grow up, and it's a differentiation, so not only you hardly get a chance, you're evolving more and more to become I'm so and so and I'm so and so. So you take on so many of these names, nama, upadhi, as we say in this thing, that you suddenly then come to a point like myself where at retirement, then I'm thinking, but which one is me? I was forced to do that. So it was kind of a bit of an existential crisis. And that's the time when I very fortunately landed onto Shekharji's website. And what attracted me most was his notes, because these were like medical notes, how I used to write medical notes. So, and I said, oh, okay, this makes sense. So I just want to say, so with that, I want to finish that. And I just wanted to, Shekharji, say that this Tatva Bodha, or contemplation or knowing that tattvam, that singular thing, which is of the greatest importance, because that's the only way when we can know who we are, tattvam asi. Isn't that right? The Mahavakya?
Correct. Yes, yes.
So that's really what is being dealt in this, and is so important. This is what the Guru is telling the student. This is who you are. And then the debate which Hanuman, you were saying about, we just have, this life, our current contemporary life, and then we have the spiritual life. So it's such a kind of a war. I really relate to you. Up until recently, it's a real battle. So I totally feel what everyone else feels, This struggle in this spiritual journey is very, very real. We cannot say this is mithya. Shekharji, this is not mithya. The struggle is very real. I insist upon it.
Correct.
It's a very real thing. However, that one sentence which Shekharji forever keeps saying is the abidance in the self. Abidance in the self. That has what been very inspirational, much as I could not do it. Now I realize, no, it is a process. I wanted to just refer, Shekharji, to two things from today's class. One is, the sadhana chatushtaya, those fourfold qualifications for a spiritual seeker, which all of us in this forum, we all are. So, Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatsampat, and Mumukshutva. I was just wondering whether there's a sequence in it. The more Viveka, the more Vairagya we will have. The more Vairagya you have, there is a kind of, which I am having right now, of wanting to refine my six those spiritual treasures, So I'm able to see as to where am I failing, what can I enhance. So this Shatsampatti, So there's, and then the more I can do that, the desire to know that it increases. So it looks like it's a cycle, more it's an evolutionary kind of a cycle. More Viveka, more Vairagya, more of the desire to straighten out my spiritual life. And is that, would you agree with this? That there is a kind of
Yeah, Shankaracharya himself confirms this in his commentary, and he says that Viveka is number one.
Correct.
So the step number one, if you do it correctly, the more you understand the Viveka Shakti, that means Viveka means what? My mind has got that power.
Mm.
The more I get the power, how do I come into the spiritual field? The first thing I realize is I am not permanent in this world.
Yeah.
I means what? This body.
Yeah.
Not permanent in this world. But the world continues. So is there something which is permanent?
Correct.
There must be something permanent in this impermanent world. So that Viveka Shakti comes the more I see, this is where that Mundaka Vakyam, which says that Pariksho Lokan Karma Chitan. You examine the world. Examine your own life and say that what is this life? Is this life only for whatever I've done so far in this world? No. There must be something which is a mystery, which I don't know. And that mystery, the Veda tells me, you come me, I will tell the mystery.
Yeah.
Veda tells me, come, I will show you the mystery. You come and study the Upanishad, Tattvamasi. This Tattvam that Tattvam is your Atma. What you are thinking as this body is not you. Again and again, the Shruti hammers us.
Yeah.
Still, our thinking is because of our habit, because of our samskaras which I have built, because of the impressions in my mind, I am not able to come out of this thinking that I am not the body.
Yeah.
So,
and all this non-Atman Jnanam, which is really all the other knowledge which we can have from the whole of the universe, it somehow just does not, including the knowledge of the mind. And I have dabbled a lot with it, all the philosophy and psychology and all of that. Now it seems like it is like doing some band-aid,
it is a covering. It is covering all the time.
Yeah. So it will help you for a short while. It will help you for a while, but it doesn't give the clear ultimate answers, because that's not really, you're so far away from yourself. So now, finally, Shekharji, I'm very, very happy that I have followed my intuition and your insistence, so that I am finally realized, no, there is no other knowledge. Tattva Jnanam is the only Jnanam that needs to be known, and nothing else, nothing short of that. And you've given all those 5 things, the tripti. You cannot have the tripti, total, because everything else is so finite. The last one from today's class, I just wanted to mention it because while you were doing it, I was thinking about it. The thoughts was running. The contemplation on the Traya Avastha, Traya Sharira, and Panchakosha, those 11 things, I think they are so beautiful, because before sitting into meditation, and I just fooled myself by just doing one Om for each one of them, the 11 times. So chanting Om, but contemplating on those 11 things. And then it allows me to go into meditation. Otherwise, the war continues,
Good.
So
Shama,
I found this very legendary. Thank
Very
you. And I
thank you.
welcome everybody again. Please stay on. Please stay on, is what I will ask. Thank you.
So I just want to conclude that what you said about more Viveka will lead to more Vairagyam, more
Mm-hmm.
Vairagyam will lead to more Shamada Shatka Sampatti, and more
Mm-hmm.
Shamada Shatkati will lead to Mumukshutva.
Correct.
So that thought pattern is 1, 2, 3, 4. The more you see, all this will happen as you keep learning. That's all.
Correct. Correct.
It
Correct.
just keep learning, be in the path, and then you will see all these 4 qualities will come to you automatically.
Yeah. Just one question, if I may leave it for next time. Doesn't Tattvabodha, does Shankaracharya at all ever go into uh, this egolessness, because that's really the main obstacle, isn't it? So,
He
and that
puts it
interferes
in
with the
different way.
Shraddha, because that's the
Yeah.
key factor. If you don't have Shraddha, you can't really do any of this for, work at all. So I have to just believe this is true, this is true, this is true. So, but how do I enhance is the question which I want to ask. It's like, for me, it looks like it's a separate work I need to do on my mind, which is how do I cultivate Shraddha? ये पूछना है आपको.
Okay. See, Shraddha is something which will
Hmm.
come to you the more you learn the scriptures. See, the scripture messages will open up
Ah,
for you. You see,
automatically,
the verses will open up for you, and then you will develop more Shraddha. The
I
more
see, I see.
the verses open up for you. You see, for example,
Hmm.
suppose you read this Tattvamasi, and
Hmm.
then you say, this is the same thing which is being taught in Tattvabodha.
Mhm.
It is opening up for you. You see, the verse is helping you to enlighten your mind of
Yeah.
Atma Tattvam.
Mhm.
See, it is the light of knowledge is coming to you from the scriptures.
Mhm.
And, and that light, when it comes to you, you will develop so much of Shraddha that you will forget that, there is nothing except this Chaitanya. That's all.
Mhm.
Last step in Shraddha, where you'll forget there is something called a Shraddha itself, because your mind has got totally absorbed in the reality.
Yeah.
It happens.
This is almost like you look through another lens, the Vedanta
Yes,
lens, because
correct.
I can tell you what has just to illustrate the point. I was getting very engulfed, since this India-Pakistan conflict tensions. I was really getting completely engulfed, and I was reaching almost the point of Arjuna. Although I am not fighting the war, but within myself there was this war. It was just completely where you can't do anything and you just watch but today you've said the shloka shochanya and shochan, that one, that verse suddenly brought everything together. So thank you, Shekharji. Sorry, I'll stop shut my mouth.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Don't worry. It's okay. Shanta, go ahead.
Namaste, Shekharji. So wonderful session. I absolutely enjoyed. And the Tatva Bodha, which I learned on my own, of course, listening to you all talk, but it is listening it for the second time, it gives me more clarity and more, the systematic order of this study. So for me today, in fact, before the class, it was very soothing for me. It was almost like I knew what is coming today. I don't know whether that was the thing, because today before the class, when I was just going through my Vedanta, a little bit of my own, what should I say, thinking.
Yeah,
I was just thinking that my my body is the house of my Atma. So uh, that's what you mentioned today, that
correct.
the body
Yeah,
is the house was the house. And this is what I was just thinking. So body is not me, it is only a house of mine. And so house cannot be it's like my house, which cannot be real, or I mean, what should I say, it will perish and go, just like any
yeah,
house we built. With time it will perish and go. So that's what I was thinking, which was quite because before the class, my little thinking was sort of matched with what what I learned today. And one thing
Good.
which I was very thankful for today's session, or what I took away, which I think will help me in meditation as well, is the reflected consciousness. I was aware, I understand the concept of reflected consciousness and everything else. But what today, when you put the other way around, where you mentioned that from the reflected image, cannot tell the real image, you got to know that the real image is you. And so that the turning around, and rather than saying that, okay, I'm a reflected consciousness, and yeah, that reflected consciousness lies in me, and that is one is in the body, all that was fine. But when you look around and say, no, actually even that is not me, because that is only a reflected image, it's only a mirror image in my body, which
Correct.
is holding in there. So which means I'm even not even in this body in real form, shall I say. So that
Correct.
was sort of a good understanding I got today after this lecture. And so thank you very much for that. And I just wanted to share my gratitude for, enlightening me that little understanding, which will help me in meditation. Thank you.
Good.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you. See, these are all small things which come to your mind, which clarifies your own mind's gaps of knowledge. And you see, these are very small things, but these are the things which are where you can say that my ignorance is slowly going away. I used to think this is not, I used to think this is not correct. So it is a slow internal journey. You see, it is an internal journey.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is you're going inwards into your own mind and saying, oh, this is what it is. This is what it
Mm.
is. This is
Yeah.
exactly what happens in the study of scriptures.
Yeah,
See,
because see, as I said, in the morning I was thinking that the body is not me, the Atma is me. So body is my house. And then after this class, I realized even that is also mithya, because that is only a reflected one. The real one is outside the body, and that is
correct.
me actually.
Yes.
So there was that little journey which just steps I took forward. I felt
You
very
see,
good today.
when you say I am not this mithya body, it means it is just a notion in your mind. It is a
Yeah,
thought in your
yeah.
mind.
Mm.
So dropping that thought is
Is
realization.
me, yes. So I have to
That's it.
just now I know that this is not me, this is me. Now I have to then go and
Yes.
become that. So
Correct.
still I've got many steps to walk. Thank you.
Good. Very good. Anybody else has a question? Okay, good. I'm seeing a lot of new faces. Mr. Krishnan is here, and then so many other new people are here. Glauber is here, and I'm sure you are able to uh, pick up whatever we are learning and keep this study on. And I'm sure you will learn. See, Atma, the nature, this study is only a self study. It's something which you're learning about your own self. The study will be complete only when will find that I know now myself. I don't let the world think anything about me. I have got the Shraddha in the scriptures, I have the faith in the scriptures, and then that's it. Whatever the Upanishad wants you to learn, you say that's what I have learned. And I am happy. And this gives me fulfillment in life. This is the only thing which will give you fulfillment in life. Nothing else. You may earn a lot of money, you may have a lot of wealth, you may have very good children, you may have everything in life, but no fulfillment. Fulfillment, contentment will only come when you know your real nature. So the time spent on this 1.5 hours of learning is extremely useful. As you go by, you will learn slowly. Oh, this is very nice. I'm learning. And what this batch is is you are starting from absolute ground zero. You're starting from where Shankaracharya wants you to learn. After this, we will try to go to Atma Bodha. If there is interest, I will go to Atma Bodha. Otherwise, I'll take something else. Okay, thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Namaste,
Shikaji.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.